Hey YouTube, have a good old-fashioned thrift haul for you today. Today's haul is a little bit different than typical. Typically, I would be showing you guys things that I maybe thrifted all in one day or all in one particular trip to the thrift store. But today's haul is actually a collection of things that I'm ready to list that I purchased at a few different places, and I think that they all have an interesting reason why I bought them. And so I want to share with you the reasons why I buy these particular items for resale, why you need to be looking for these, what their resale value is, and just some general information about each thing. Because I feel like a lot of these are commonly overlooked items at the thrift store or wherever you may be sourcing, and they're things that you definitely need to be on the lookout for. So let's get straight into it. If you find anything of value in this video, please absolutely give me a like. Consider subscribing to my channel. That definitely helps me. Obviously, with all of YouTubers, the majority of the viewers are not subscribed to the channel. So subscribe if you like this content. I'm putting out 3 videos a week right now, and I want to stay consistent with that and bring you guys some good quality content. So let me know if there's anything that you would like for me to cover in a video. And today, that's a thrift haul, or you wouldn't have clicked here, right? Let's get into it. First item that I have for you is this Sony Walkman. This has FM, AM radio. Now you do want to, if you see something like this, you do want to open up, see if there's any corrosion in there. You can take aluminum foil and get corrosion out. You can take a wire brush, a toothbrush, various different things. Definitely test these electronics before you send them out. Test the radio, test the cassette player. This was $2 though, and I got this with the headphones. So pretty cool that this has the original Sony headphones. If it doesn't, you could always pair it with a cheap pair of headphones. Chances are they may be replacing these with something that they own anyway, but Sony Walkmans, like, research the comps on these. I think you'll be surprised at how much you really can sell a Sony Walkman for. I'm thinking probably close to $30 for this. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I'll definitely run the comps and see if it could be worth more than that. There are some that are worth like $100 or more. And if you can find them new in the package, oh my gosh, absolutely pick them up. But Sony and Walkman, you know, obviously the Sony Walkman being the best brand to pick up if you can. The next item that I thrifted, gosh, guys, sometimes I pick things up for the love of thrifting. And for this is kind of a cute hat on me. It's a little small. This is a men's hat, but sometimes I pick things up just to save them and just to get them to a collector that will absolutely appreciate them. This is a wool felt men's dress hat. It is in beautiful condition. If you're looking for something like this, you really want there to be a size tag unless you know how to size men's hats, or you could definitely include measuring tape in the photos. These aren't incredibly difficult to clean. You want to look and see if there's a lot of staining from the oil. Sometimes, you know, guys grab these here or grab them here. So you want to look there for that type of thing, but this isn't going to be a huge money maker. If I get $20 out of this, that'd be fantastic. I wouldn't be mad about that. Probably close to $20, $30 out of this. And I picked this up for, I want to say, $2. The thrift prices in my area are super, super inexpensive. And just to give you guys an idea, because I know a lot of resellers, they live in an area where there are like 5 to 7 thrift stores in their town that they can go to every single day. I live in a town of 7,000 people, and we have 1 thrift store. Other than that, I'm driving 30 minutes to an hour to get to any thrift store. So maybe if you live in an area like I do, you'll find value in my channel and the types of things that I can find that people around here don't want, but people in bigger cities love. So this being one of those items, a vintage pair of Lee jeans. This is an older pair of Lee jeans. When you pick up thrifted, old school vintage denim, you really need to look for the size tag if you can possibly find it. I want to show you a couple places to look. Would be along the inside, or the outside rather, seam of the jeans. I'll look on both sides and see if I can find a size tag. Nope, not seeing it. And on Lee jeans, a lot of the times it will be on the inside of the zipper here, and I don't see it there either. So may end up having to do some measuring to size these, but these are really cool. If you are anything like me, you're going to pick up thrifted denim. You know, you're going to pick up vintage denim every time you see it, because around here, no one is buying these. I can pick up vintage denim for $2. The people that do wear vintage denim around here won't walk in thrift stores, which is insane to me, because they'll go on Etsy or they'll go on eBay and buy it. And guys, that's where they bought it. They bought it at the Goodwill that you wouldn't walk into. So vintage denim for me is $2 all day long, including these shorts. Don't be afraid to pick up things that are out of season. It's January right now. So these shorts, I bought these as the season was going out, and I think I got them for $1 a pair. So when I'm thrifting vintage Levi's, I'm looking for a paper tag. I'm not really interested in anything that doesn't have that real classic look in the back. I don't want anything with stretch to it. 100% cotton. Look for this paper tag. You're gonna know the difference when you see like a satiny tag, and this is like more of a paper tag. And then another thing, believe it or not so much in my area, but counterfeit Levi's is definitely a thing. So you can look on the button back here. This one actually says 581. And then if I look on the tag, you can see, hopefully it might focus, 581 right there. Those numbers should match. That's just one quick way to tell whether or not it's real Levi's or if it's counterfeit denim. So I got 2 pair of the Levi's shorts. These ones are quite a bit shorter, and these are a junior size 13. So super, super cute jeans. I will go ahead and list these now because a lot of people will wait until season, but sometimes, you know, supply and demand, if there's not a lot of shorts on the market, you may be able to get more out of them. So why would I wait until everyone lists their Levi's? I'm going to go ahead and get those up. You can always end the listing at the beginning of the season, refresh it, and have it pop up as a new listing. Of course, I'm going to pick up Doc Martens when I see them. I actually kind of regret picking these up because I paid up for these. I paid $18 for these. I strictly source $5 or less per item. I bought these. Thrifty Yeti just sold a similar pair for over $100, so I'm really, really gonna hope for that. Made in England, Doc Marten boots. I shouldn't have paid this much for this. So I included these to tell you, don't get so excited about finding the item that you lose track of the rules. Set your limit per item and stay with it. So let's, fingers crossed, hope that I get $100 out of those. Okay, one thing that I want to tell you about is belts. Do not walk past the belt section. It is just as important as purses and shoes. I found a Gucci belt, a real Gucci belt for $2 once. Sold it for $300 on Poshmark. And then this super non-assuming belt that anyone in a thrift store that is pricing items is just going to put it out there. I got this for 50 cents. And on the back here, doesn't really look like anything, but when you're looking at the belts, you need to be looking at the buckles. I turn this over and I see that it says solid brass, so I want to know more about it. So I scroll down here, and can you see engraved there that it's Coach? So not a huge money maker. I could probably get $15 to $20 out of this really nice Coach belt. And I paid 50 cents, 25 cents, something like that, for this belt because it's super non-assuming. So check out the belt section. If you're into selling accessories, which I like doing accessories, purses, and shoes and stuff because it's not so size specific like clothing is. Obviously shoes are size specific, but it's just like with a pair of jeans, like the length has to fit, the waist has to fit, the hips have to fit. There's only a certain number of people that are going to order jeans online. I am not one of those. I need to try them on. So with something like a belt, you pretty well know your size. Shoes, you know your size. Handbags, who cares? So I also picked up this Dare shirt. For some reason, these are super, super trendy right now. When you're looking at vintage t-shirts, I included this to tell you, look for papery style tags. Look for stuff that's made in America. This one isn't. This is made in Haiti. And look for a single stitch denim. Can you see how there are 2 rows of stitching here on the sleeve? Look for just 1 row. Those are the things you want to look for in vintage denim. So this, although not vintage, that's cool. Although not vintage, is a super cool shirt. So, you know, I may be able to get $10 or $15 out of that. And Dare has a special place in my heart. I just really love the program. I will always, 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 I just turned this on accident, pick up vintage toys. This is a vintage little typing toy. It's called Typewrite, an interactive teaching machine. I cannot pass up vintage toys. It's the kid in me, okay, is always going to pick this stuff up. So if it makes noises and things like this, again, you want to make sure the batteries aren't corroded. I paid $1 for this. These sell between $20 and $30. So really, really cool. People my age that used to use something like this want to start buying it for their children. They go to eBay and pick it up. So anything that has some nostalgia to it, you know, My Little Pony or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, anything like that, you know, like those little Popples and Polly Pocket, you played with it and you want your kids to experience that, pick those items up because buyers are buying them. Okay, I picked up this little evening bag. Cute, super cute beaded evening bag. I liked the quality of this. That's what drew me to it. And then opening up, I always look to see if there's anything Judith Leiber, because that's going to be like the creme de la creme of little evening bags like this. This is not. This is a really cool chain though, and I will always pick up Whiting and Davis cocktail bags also. This one just says made in China and says La Regal inside. So cool little vintage bag. This goes along with the fedora. Some things I don't want to leave behind just for my love of this vintage item. So this is beautiful. I will probably get $25, I would say, for something like that. And I'm sure I paid $1 for it. I picked these glasses up to show you. We're going to get to like some accessories, glasses, and jewelry and things. I found this Coach case. And the glasses actually weren't in it. They had a different pair of glasses. And I talked to the guy behind the counter and he agreed to just swap out the glasses for the case that they went with, you know, and sell it to me for the same price. I found the little Coach lens cleaner here. And then these Coach glasses also. Can you see that? Beautiful Coach glasses. So one thing to keep in mind, if you are selling prescription eyewear, there are certain countries that you cannot mail prescription lenses to. So if you're doing a global shipping provider, you maybe need to research that and make sure if someone buys your glasses and they're going, you know, to certain countries. I know there's South America for sure. There are certain countries that you cannot mail prescription eyewear. So although these are a really cool pickup, maybe don't do global shipping or make sure that you're sending it somewhere where it's not restricted. I don't know what the penalties for something like that would be. I picked up these really cool glasses, even though they're a little scratched up, because I saw this horse and carriage. See if I can get that to focus. This really cool horse and carriage and an H. And I was like, well, Hermes is an H and a horse and carriage. And these were like 25 cents. And so I picked them up and they feel like really cheap. But I can't really tell what is written on the inside. I just wanted to hurry up and get out of the store. So 25 cents, I'll take my chances. And then I get home and it says made in PRC. So it's like, what is PRC? So the reason I included these today in this thrift haul is to tell you that that means that is a fancy way of saying People's Republic of China. Now that doesn't necessarily mean the item is going to be cheap. Some designers did start making things in China and started writing made in PRC instead of made in China. So something to consider there, just because now I think that these are just a total knockoff. But just because it says made in PRC doesn't mean that it's cheap, but I wanted to let you know what that term means because I had to research it so that I would know. Here's an item that you might be walking right by, these old clock radios. In my area, these were, looks like $2 and $1, and you can get between $20 and $30 for these. Test these. They're super easy to test. You just plug them right in, but these nostalgic little plastic wood grain clock radios, they go for pretty good money, and you may be walking right by these. Along those same lines, and with the Walkman, VCRs. In my area, VCR is like $8. The most expensive VCR I sold for over $100. If you can get a VCR and DVD combo, those are really, really good money. So I included this case. This was actually in a haul of cassettes that I bought recently, and this one is empty, but this is something you may be walking right by, so I wanted to talk to you about it. This one is naughty by nature. It says parental advisory here, cassettes. I have sold some cassettes. Almost every one of them has been a wrap cassette for like $30, $40 for a cassette that you were picking up at the thrift store for 25 cents. So had this one been in here, it probably would have been between $10 and $20 maybe. But if you can get your hands on some old wrap cassettes, it doesn't take long. When you walk by the cassettes, just look and see. In my area, they're mainly gospel cassettes, which is completely the other way. And great. But it's not what's selling for $20 to $30 a piece, you know, on eBay. So old wrap. I picked up these shoes the other day at Goodwill. These are so beautiful. These are Betsy Johnson, and they were just marked red. So I think that makes them $4 at the Goodwill that I was at there. They're in very good condition. These were probably someone's wedding shoes because this is Betsy Johnson's line, her wedding line. And I wanted to mention this because I thought it's worth noting that people spend a lot of money on their weddings. People spend a lot of money in general on anything to do with their wedding. But also people don't want to buy a whole lot of used stuff for their wedding. So this is an item that may sell to a bride who's willing to pay a little bit more because they're wedding shoes and they don't look used. And once I clean the bottoms of them, they certainly won't. But this may also sell to someone getting ready for prom or another special occasion. So look for wedding items because they've only been worn once. They can be worn for another occasion. And then also folks are willing to pay so much more for baby stuff and for wedding stuff. So don't sleep on either of those categories. Let's talk a little bit about jewelry. I have a basket here of stuff that I want to go through with you guys because there's a couple different reasons I picked up a few of these items. This bracelet, pretty non-assuming little pink bracelet. Just wanted to talk to you guys about the fact just because it's costume jewelry doesn't mean that you should write it off. Now this is pretty worn, but you can see inside, maybe you can see it says Sweet Nothing, and on the other side, there we are, Kate Spade. So just be looking at costume jewelry because I have pulled out Lily Pulitzer, Kate Spade, some different brands, you know, that maybe are really good selling brands, but it's not fine jewelry. So don't just be searching for gold. Take some time to look through things like this. This particular bracelet says a rose is a rose is a rose is a rose is a rose. But it's really cute and I need to get this listed. This unfortunately probably will only bring me between $5 and $10. So I don't know that it was that great of a pickup. Maybe learn from my mistake there, but I picked up some watches. Let's talk about the watches that I bought. These are delicate, dainty women's watches, vintage. This one is a really good brand, and this is called Zentra, Z-E-N-T-R-A. This was the most valuable of the ones that I picked up once I got home with it. I'm sorry you can't see the watch face, but this is a velvet strap. This would be detachable. You could take this right off of the strap if you wanted to. This is beautiful. I may lot these up together. The first one was a Timex, and then this one, let's see, Elgrin. Yes, Lady Elgrin watch here. So really, really beautiful watches. Like I say, these three may get lotted up together, but you can get, for the right watch, I mean, typically between $10 to $30 for beautiful vintage watches. And I know that that's kind of a big range there. If you get a hold of some of the right watches, you're, you know, closer to $100 for vintage watches. Now in most areas around here, you can get these for $1 a piece. So a great return on my investment there. And then this one is the United States Postal Service. And I picked it up because I think that those types of things are collectible. I think anything that is a company that is branded, that is an employee item, they're definitely worth looking into those things. This necklace caught my eye at actually a Teen Challenge thrift store. And it caught my eye and I couldn't really see. Now, see, again, this is costume jewelry. This is like a plated gold and this is acrylic. And I was looking to try to see inside the clasp here what it said. And the guy behind the counter is like, we've already checked it. It's not gold. And I was like, I'm not looking for gold. I'm trying to see what this says. I can't really see. And I'm trying to see the stamp in there. And I couldn't see what it said. So I bought it. It was $2. I come home with it. I lay it into brighter lights underneath my table. My husband starts looking at it, takes pictures, and we actually zoom in. And sure enough, it says Christian Dior. So Christian Dior chain here that I got for $2. Dior is super, super hot right now. This kind of looks cute with this outfit that I have on right now. Again, don't sleep on costume jewelry and try to, if it's a $1 or $2 item and you can't exactly read it, but you just have a good feeling about it. That is also how I came across this Givenchy bracelet. Piece of costume jewelry. I couldn't really tell what it said. Got home with it. Sure enough, it was Givenchy. So that was $2 as well. The next to last item I want to talk to you about is scarves. You can typically find these for like 10 cents, 50 cents, maybe a quarter, and people pay really, look how big that is. People pay really good money. Or you could just have a whole drawer of these for $5 and just, you know, maybe you sell one every couple weeks even. That's just, they're super easy to list, guys. This is like 2 or 3 photos. And when you are looking for scarves that are maybe designer, because there are a lot of good designer scarves out there, look along the edges. Look for any type of name brand, hold it up to the light, see if it's hand rolled, see if it's silk, just some things to look for, because the people that are stocking the shelves at the thrift stores are not looking for that. They're like, oh, another scarf, and they throw Hermes over there with everybody else. Very last item I want to talk to you about is this chain. Okay, so this is a locket that says mom, and it's on a chain. And while I was at this particular thrift store looking through everything, I am always looking at the clasp here to see, did someone miss a 10 karat, a 14 karat, any type of gold? And this stuck out to me because the locket is gold and the chain is silver or white gold. And so I picked it up and I started looking at the locket because whoever put this out there was undoubtedly looking for a gold mark here. Well, when I picked it up, I started looking at the locket and wanted to look at this little connector piece, and sure enough, 14 karat gold, which is the heaviest part, heavier than the chain anyway. And it says mom, and then when you open it up, it has some engraving inside also. So I don't know how this wound up at a thrift store. I wish that someone had hung on to something like this. But 14 karat gold, there's a pawn shop close to me that will just buy the gold right off of you. Or you can weigh the gold and list it, you know, as scrap, or list it as the locket if you want to on eBay with the measurements. I recently had a gold necklace that I bought for $20. It was 10 karat gold, and Arafin is the brand, and it just sold for over $200 on my eBay. So that was a lot heavier than this little piece is going to be, but I can guarantee you the dollar I paid for this necklace, it's going to pay for that. So those are all the items that I pulled out for you today. Definitely, I'm sure this video has been long enough for you. But I wanted to just show you guys not only a cool thrift haul for you to see the cool things that I bought to sell, but also tell you why I'm picking up these items and hopefully give you some insight about how you can be thrifting better. It's not all about a bolo list of clothing brands. Everyone is reselling clothing. So forge your own path, find what it is in your area that you can find more of, and go after those things. Hopefully it can be jewelry, it can be belts, it can be hard goods or vintage t-shirts or vintage denim that no one in your area wants that you can pick up really cheap. I hope that you will find your own little niche in the market. And like I said, if you have found any value in this video, please give me a thumbs up because it helps me out on YouTube. I'm working really hard on my channel this year. And subscribe because I am looking forward to doing a really big giveaway when I get to 10,000 subscribers. So more info on that later. You don't want to miss out on notifications on that. God bless you guys.